Okay, I've been asked for a tour of my basement and promising it for a long time. So here we go. We're gonna go down into the basement of fun. The basement was finished back in 2013, early 2014. And there's more to come. I'm gonna be putting some more posters up on these blue walls here. Final Fantasy 9, Dragon Ball Z. But as you make your way down, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles partying it up. And what we tried to do with these giant, and I do mean giant, that's my hand, is we tried to make it look like they're sliding down the banister. So you got that. The bottom of the stairs, you have a Force Awakens poster. It's an okay movie. It's not that bad. We got up here a Mario sticker, Mario Kart. Has a little bubble in it here. There we go. Ta-da! And then below that, a Street Fighter poster. I actually got this for $1 at a garage sale. It's a little beat up, but when you put it in the frame, it looks perfect. So, and then down here, we have some Mario stickers. Wall clings, whatever you want to call them. Just down there. So, proceed. Got One Punch Man, little mini poster, Rick and Morty mini poster, and a Three Stooges clock. Actually keeps time. Down here, this is My Hero Academia. And then we have a He-Man poster. And up above them, you have Phineas and Ferb sitting there, up in the window. There's Ferb. There's Phineas. Hey guys. Now, got a Kick-Ass poster there, of Kick-Ass. See what I did there? And that hides the circuit breaker box behind there. Up in the top here, we have Goku and Vegeta battling it out. And we also have Megabyte from Reboot. And the Detroit Tigers Golden Ball. This is pretty cool looking. I found that at a garage sale. And what would be complete without a box of Super Mario cereal? It's an empty box, but a box. We also have up in here a paint with water book of He-Man. Got that at a garage sale for $1, along with this old Mario 64 telephone and just a couple of tin mushrooms on the sides. So when you're down low, you can't see those blocks they're sitting on, you just see the mushrooms. But there's tons of stuff up in the ceiling, but I'm going to go over that more in another time because this side of the basement is a mess. This is the side my son uses to play. But we're going to go over to the other side here. And this is almost done, this area. I got to put my Skeletor figure from the 80s up there along with the 2000X He-Man and Skeletor figures. You'll see the He-Man spot in a minute. Got a nice Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 poster here, along with this giant Leonardo. This thing is about, I'd say this is 4 feet tall, at least, and it's still got the tags on it. Somebody had this just thrown out. The box was just at the curb. And so I went out to the curb and saw it in the box, and so I took it home. The right arm, or I guess his left arm here, has some issues, but it moves. It has some posability. The wrist turns and the arm, but you can see now how the arm looks a little separated. Not the best quality, I'd say. Down here is an area where we're starting to put our game consoles. So you can see the Wii, Wii U, and PS2. So there's going to be one game console in each of the boxes. This is our Vizio TV, which we have a Fire Stick hooked up to, allows us to watch stuff down here. And if you kind of come up and under, you can see the soundtrack to Flashdance on vinyl, Footloose, and Staying Alive. And then over here, we have a lenticular of the Marvel superheroes here. Hopefully that's being picked up. This is He-Man's area. So all the different He-Man through the different lines, the basic He-Man will be up on there. You got the He-Man below it, drawn by the amazing Emiliano. Sorry. And here you got Eternia Poster. I got this for 40 some bucks years ago. My wife had it custom framed for me, and it's amazing looking. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. That's great. This is one I had printed up as well. This is a poster of the Eternia. This is like the last poster released in the line, I believe. And then some KO Century Beast Warriors. Over here we have some games and game consoles and such, all on this old, very old bookshelf at this point. An old CD rack. There I am. Hello. And this is a treadmill we picked up back in March before the pandemic began. Now, for the meat and potatoes of this basement. This whole side is an arcade, basically. It's basically set up to be an arcade, and there is special lighting, but I'll put that on in another video because there's other stuff to cover in this basement. But what I'm going to do right now is just go down the list of games here. That's not actually WrestleMania, but that's something else I'm working on. But here you got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And I'll go over this in another video as well. This is the only pinball I've ever bought brand new right from the dealer. So it's really a cool game. Love playing it. It's difficult, at least for me it's difficult. But it's a beautiful, beautiful game. Then we have an NBA Fast Break here. Lord of the Rings. And this is a really cool game. This came out back after the 3 original movies. I say original because the Hobbit one's released after them, even though Hobbit's a prequel. So it's a prequel trilogy. And then this is the OT, I guess. The Middle-earth OT, we could call it. And over here, we have X-Men. And I love this X-Men. I put all these little figures in it. I could do a whole video just on this. And me and this one guy, I'm giving more credit to him than me, but we designed this Newton Ball mod instead of the Wolverine one. And the default figure that was in there is big bulky plastic thing. I think it's better. And I also have all these other little figurines around, and they line up with their shots. So there's Cyclops, and then right above the shot is Cyclops. You know, here's Iceman. You go up the Iceman ramp, and there's Iceman back there. And Nightcrawler's just there, but Professor X, Rogue, and Storm, and Beast all above their respective shots, as you can see. So, really cool pinball table. Big fan of that one. Love that game. And then, the first pinball table I ever bought is Whitewater. And again, I'll do a video where I have this all lit up, and you'll be able to see how all this looks in all of its glory. But this is just a quick tutorial of my basement and what I have. This poster set right here, this is actually from the 1990. So this is from 1990. So I would have been like 16 years old or 14 years old when this came out. I love this poster set. It takes up a lot of wall space, but God, you know, it's just great right there. And you can see that. Just great looking. Then we go over, we got Danger Girl. If anyone here remembers Danger Girl by J. Scott Campbell. Got the aquarium set that was them. They were all falling down, so I actually had to go in and like drill up screws up into their feet so they could actually stay where they were supposed to be. But I love this. I still love this thing. Got that at KB Toys back in the day. Little Mario figure I found. Not figure, but Mario thing, and then a Bowser bobblehead. He agrees. And then up in the ceiling, we have a couple of little things: a Nintendo sign here, a bomb jack, translite, just some random old DVD covers. Dragon's Lair. That's actually the Dragon's Lair I have on DVD. Gotta make a copy of that sometime. These are tins that look like the arcade game with the translite, the arcade screen, and then the surround, the bezel art. And then the Goodyear blimp. Bad reflection there, but it has my name on it. And then up here we have a World of Nintendo, something in the way of it. The World of Nintendo, and this is actually two-sided, and you can see it's pretty thick, and it is pretty heavy. That's why it's got like a ton of nails holding it up. But this is pretty cool. I used to have this hanging up, but the hooks broke off. The plastic hooks broke off, so it can't hang up that way anymore. My buddy took it out. I'm just glad it didn't break completely when it fell. But got here Tekken Tag Tournament. This also acts as a Happy Fish system with about I think 300 games on it. I think about 300 games. And it's pretty big, 25-inch CRT monitor. I added other buttons in. One day I got to come in and have the control panel rebuilt, just like a new one, because this one's all beat up. It's an old NBA Jam that was turned into a Tekken Tag tournament way back when. And then this one here is a Legends Ultimate. Great machine. Highly suggest getting one. This is a 1.0, which have different games on it. The newer ones don't have all of these games. They actually have less games. The 1.0 has all the games the 1.1 does, as well as some different ones. And I got covers on things here like the trackball and such, and not on the spinners, but on some of the buttons, just to keep them dust free as much as I can. And then nice little Joust translite there that was made for the pinball machine of Joust by a friend of mine. What else here? And then an old Captain and Tennille record is up there. That's actually falling down a little. Let me fix that. It's just the record sleeve, so it's not the real record. The real record's in another spot. But here's more of those DVD covers and placeholders from Blockbuster. You can see California Raisins are up there, as well as a bunch of Smurfs. A bunch of Smurfs are up here. And Garfield. And we got here Popeye. Ooh, where's me spinach olive? And then just a bit of a mess on the counter, but this is a beautiful counter. Just beautiful counter my wife had picked out when we finished the basement. And when you see the lighting on, which includes all of these lights here, it's gonna be really cool. And there's a whole area of pachinko machines over there, and pachinko machines over there that I didn't cover in this video, but I'll cover those in the next basement tour. So I guess consider this part 1 of 2, and I'll try to go over the rest of the basement in the next video, as well as showing you night mode or party mode or whatever the hell we want to call it. So say goodbye from Jeremy's Arcade, not Flynn's. Say hi, Jimmy the Idiot. Hi.